Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show as they get ready for the Division IV SoCal Regional Semifinals on the road at the top seed. We'll get to that in just a moment. It's the head coach of your Yucaipa Thunderbirds boys soccer team, Ryan Montgomery. And Coach, big win last night against Hollywood, 5-0. When you look at the way this Yucaipa team is playing, even during the CIF Southern Section playoff run, are you guys playing your best soccer of the season, like right now, late in the season?
Yeah, I want to say beginning of the season, we had a lot to figure out. But kind of speaking with the boys, we've always talked about peaking at the right time. The losses during the season, we kind of took them as positives and what we could get out of it. So we were able to peak at the right time. Through the playoffs, I mean, we're winning games. Last kick of the game or in golden goal. And it's all down to the mentality and knowing they're playing their best soccer, knowing they're peaking at the right time.
What do you think that says about your team that even when it's coming down to the final minutes and maybe the match is level or you guys are down by a goal, what does it say about your team that, it sounds like more times than not, they found a way to, find the equalizer or find that game-winning goal?
Yeah, it's about never giving up. It's accountability, right? You're working for the guy right beside you. You're working for the guy in front of you. You're working for the guy behind you. And if the guy at the front's putting the work in, that means everyone else is going to put the work in. It's the togetherness part of it. Kind of the mental strength of, I mean, people playing soccer, it gets tough, right? There's those moments where you need to dig deep. We did a lot of mental strength training. We still do it after practice where we have them doing planks for 3 minutes straight. And if one of their teammates drop, the whole team starts again. So it's getting to those last kind of 30 seconds or last minute or last 10 minutes and digging deep. Like they know they can do it. It's the body won't give up. Their mind will give up before their body will. So definitely the mental strength training has come in and it showed in the late stages of a lot of the games we've won.
Coach, it's funny you say that. Put a big smile on my face because a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I played 4 years of varsity, and my high school coach, he called it, we had one thing called the ball dance, and we had another thing, which is just the leg lifts. We'd lay on the ground and lift our legs. Yep. Same thing. If somebody touched the ground, we're going to do it again, and then everybody's running. And so he bought into what you're saying right now, so I get that.
Yeah, but we could be there all night, They're in control of it. They're in control of their destiny,
That's awesome. Well, Coach, okay, 5-0 against Hollywood in that SoCal Regional opening game. What did you like? What was clicking? It was 3-0 at halftime. Offensively, I mean, from what I could see, just doing the eye test, I mean, you guys were dominating that match. What did you like about that win?
I think just them bouncing back, right? It's always difficult playing a final and giving it your all and then losing on penalties. That's a long walk up to take a penalty, and when you miss, you're kind of on your own. It's a long walk on your own. So the biggest thing for me was just how much of they were together during that game, working together, moving the ball, and overall having a smile on their face. After just losing 2 days ago, losing a big game. So just having a smile on their face, playing together, and knowing that they're still playing their best soccer. It didn't affect their how they were playing.
Mm-hmm. So after that, that championship match against Laguna Beach, you have to regroup, reset, refocus for this SoCal Regional, and it's quick. I mean, it's 1 week. It's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. If you can win out and win the whole thing. What was the message to the guys that, hey, we still have some games in front of us. We need to lock in. We still have some important games.
Yep. You got to, when we get onto the bus, obviously it was quiet. You got to let them just kind of think on their own a little bit, but know that everyone's probably thinking the same thing that you're thinking. Then we went and ate, and then you kind of seen the switch come on after they'd eaten, and they were talking with each other a little bit at dinner. You just kind of seen a switch come on, and the focus was back. Like, there's a time to be sad, there's a time to be down, but there's another game. You got to move on to the next one. You put it to the back of your head. The guys that missed the penalty, guys that missed chances, the rest of the guys, they just got to put it to the back, take what we can from it, and move on to that next one.
Well, Coach, I couldn't help but notice, I have the brackets open in front of me right now for Division IV. I couldn't help but notice Laguna Beach is on the other side. So First things first, right? You got to go to the top seed, Pacific Ridge, which is down in Carlsbad near the San Diego area. First, they're the top seed for a reason. So first you have to get past them. But, I mean, it's hard not to think about, hey, guys, if we control our own destiny, we have a chance to maybe get some redemption against that Laguna Beach team. I know, again, Pacific Ridge, play who's in front of you right now, but it's hard not to see Laguna Beach on the other side of that bracket.
I think
still
it's definitely on their minds.
Yeah.
They see it too. It's definitely on their minds. I mean, Pacific Ridge, I think if I'm correct, they've only lost 2 games. I think they've only conceded 9 goals. I think the same thing we've done all season. We've been underdogs. We're never going to adapt to any team. We're going to go give it our all and try and make them adapt to how we play.
Well, Coach, full disclosure for everyone watching this interview, again, I was out at your match in the first round against Hollywood. I got a couple great goals on video. Then I interviewed you and your guy Sergio and Kenny, and then my SD card had an error. I couldn't download the files. Let me give these guys a shout out, Kenny and Sergio. I know you've got a lot of great players, but I promised them I was going to get them on the show. What do they bring to your team, especially offensively?
Oh, they're unbelievable. At the start of the season, I knew these 2 guys were going to be kind of superstars, you know. But they knew that too. So that was the biggest part was bringing them into the team, like creating the team, you know. And once we got Sergio fit and kind of playing, he earned the armband, and he's just been absolutely outstanding as a leader. I think he maybe had a lot of people maybe against him, thinking he couldn't be the leader, and he's proved it to everyone. But what a player! And Kenny's different class. The guy can he can ping a ball. He's got an eye for goal, and he does not stop running. Like, the guy just doesn't stop running, which is great. And I have to continue to tell him, do not stop running. A lot of time for those 2 guys. A lot of time for them.
That's awesome. Well, Coach, if people are, again, watching this interview, they're listening, they're probably thinking, wow, he's not from around here. I don't think he's a Yucaipa native. So, Coach, where are you from originally?
Well, usually when people ask me, I tell them I'm from southern Yucaipa, and that's where the accent comes from. But no, I'm from a wee town in Northern Ireland called Killulea. It's about 20 minutes outside Belfast. So I've been out in the States for 10 years now.
So what brought you this way?
I came out in 2014 to play college soccer.
Okay.
Started in Wyoming, did 2 years there. Absolutely loved it. In the middle of nowhere, but there was no distractions. It was a lot of fun, great experience. And then I transferred to Wyland Baptist University in Plainview, Texas. It's a Panhandle. Where I won a national championship there as a player, and then I coached the season after that, and then ended up, my wife is from Redlands, so I met her in Texas, and that's how I've ended up out this direction.
So now you're at Yucaipa High School having a good crack.
Yep, having good crack. I'm absolutely loving it. It's one of those things where I think I've still got the player mind, but the coach's heart. Mm-hmm. I still have that fire in my stomach the night before the game or the morning of the game, and everyone's just on the same page. All the players, my assistant coach, my assistant coaches, Theo, Danny, and Jerry, they all have the same mindset. They all have that. We've got a game. We feel like we're playing. You know, that's the energy the players kind of give back to us, and the energy we give to them.
Starts from the top, right? Starts from the coaches, the managers, and it trickles down from there. Coach, so my wife and I, we took our family to Ireland a couple of years ago. We loved it. In fact, she let full disclosure. I'll pull the curtain back a little bit more. She loved it so much, she was actually looking at houses and house prices over there if we could ever afford a second house, because she loved just being out in the countryside. But we did all the tourist stuff, Dublin, Galway, Kilkenny, all those places. But she loved it so much. But I wanted to ask you if it crossed your mind, because it crossed mine last night, that there's actually a Hollywood, Ireland. And we drove through it or past Hollywood. And I was like, oh, they're playing Hollywood last night. I wonder if Coach Montgomery's thinking about that.
Yes, no, it's funny. Well, I think my wife and your wife will get along because she wants to move to Ireland too. She's always bothering me about it. But yes, I am very familiar with Hollywood. We actually, when I played back home, we played against them. They were known for the long ball. So when we were growing up, when we were playing, if we were playing a team and they were playing the long ball, we would call it, oh, this team plays the Hollywood ball. So the boys were familiar with what the Hollywood ball is. When we played a lot of teams in CAF, they would say, oh, play the Hollywood ball, which is that long ball. But I don't think Hollywood got a chance to play the Hollywood ball because they didn't really get a sniff around what the boys were doing, the high press.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. You're taking that little slice of Ireland and bringing it here to CIF soccer. All right, Coach, finally, last question for me. So you've got Pacific Ridge Thursday night semifinals. You win that one, you would go to Saturday's championship match. What you kind of already answered this, but what do you guys have to do well on the road against Pacific Ridge to get that win?
I think stick together, number one, and believe. Like, they got to believe they can beat anybody. Kind of start of the season, mid-season, you could tell the belief was there with half of them, and then it gradually went to 75% of them. And even after the losses, the belief stayed, because sometimes we were the better team, and good teams win games, So the teams who were playing in the Citrus Belt, I think they made us who we are. Like, they give us the want, the hunger, because we knew we were at that level. We knew we could play at that level. So I think just having that, the mentality, the mental strength, enjoy it. They've never been here before. I'm enjoying it. We just got to go put a smile on our face and go out and play, and not let anything from the outside creep in.
Yeah.
They just got to play for each other.
Well, you guys certainly look impressive in that opening round win against Hollywood. Again, Yucaipa, the 4 seed, Pacific Ridge, the 1 seed. That's down in Carlsbad. On the other side of the bracket, if you're keeping track at home, Laguna Beach is the 2 seed. Central is the 3rd seed. So the winners of those 2 matches would advance to Saturday's championship. So, Coach, give them a good crack tomorrow night. I'm going to end it like this. I got some Ireland swag when I was over there, and I rocked this one a lot. So, good luck against Pacific Ridge, Coach. We're pulling for you.
Thank you so much.
That is Ryan Montgomery, the head boys soccer coach for the Yucaipa Thunderbirds, here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.